And a big welcome back to Everyman Driver. I'm Dave Erickson. Thanks so much for watching. If you haven't already, please click that subscribe button. We upload new videos every Tuesday and Friday, and I don't want you to miss anything. This week we have the 2015 Honda CR-V all-wheel drive, which comes in 4 trim levels as opposed to 3 last year. This year they've added a touring trim level, and that's what we have. Now, we've already done a snowy off-road review at our local ORV park, so today is all about a detailed driving review. So let's get started first by popping the hood. The CR-V is available with either a front wheel or all-wheel drive and only one engine option, just like last year, but this year it's a little bit different. So I've enlisted the help of an expert to explain.
Thanks, Dave. And hello, everybody. I'm Honda Pro Jason, coming to you from snowy Chicago. I'm here to tell you some of the differences in the powertrain between the 2014 CR-V and the 2015 CR-V. Now, they both use Honda's 2.4-liter engine. The big difference is in 15, they went to a direct injection on what Honda calls their Earth Dreams technology. So that's direct injection, also using lighter aluminum parts to reduce weight, and mating it to a CVT type transmission. All of this is going to keep the horsepower the same, but it's going to increase torque and increase your fuel economy. Now, the CVT transmission is going to replace the old 5-speed. CVT is going to give you an infinite number of gear ratios, better gas mileage, as I said, and in my opinion, much more fun to drive. I'm the Honda Pro, and now you're in the know.
All right, Jason, excellent job. Thanks very much. As he said, 185 horses and now 181 pound-feet of torque with this 4-cylinder. And this CVT has done wonders for fuel economy numbers this year. The all-wheel drive is rated at 26 city, 33 highway, whereas the front-wheel drive is rated at 27 city, 34 highway. Now, this week I put about 150 miles on the car so far, and I've been averaging in mixed driving around 21, but I have been taking it easy with these snowy road conditions, and I have been off-road quite a bit, so I'm sure that has something to do with it. Now, when properly equipped, this vehicle can tow up to 1,500 pounds. All right, time for a look at your real-world legroom and headroom here in the back of the CR-V, and first thing you'll notice is how wide open this door swings, almost 90 degrees. I like that. Now, I'm 5'11", and this was my position as a driver up front. Look how much room I have between my knees and the back of the seat here. Easily a full fist between my knees and the seat back, which is pretty darn good. Headroom, it's okay. There's a bit of an indent right here. Even if I sit up, I can't quite hit it. I wouldn't be able to do it. So I would say if you're 6'1", 6'2", you're gonna be okay. And here's something cool about these 60-40 split fold down rear seat. It does lean back just a little bit. So if you wanna lean back for some more comfort on some longer road trips, you can. So I'll put that back to where it was. Now, you do have a way to fold down this center armrest, which has a pair of cup holders right there. There's also some storage behind the driver's seat and passenger seat, and 4 blank handles all the way around. These are your ocean handles. I feel a little spoiled back here. I am in the touring trim level, so I have leather trim seats, sunroof there, soft touch materials throughout. I do wish I had some connectivity back here, but they have 2 USB ports and 1 HDMI port right here in the center console. So that's pretty cool for charging and utilizing multiple electronics. Next up, I'll show you cargo room and trunk space, but before I do, I want to show you some adjustability with this back seat. There are 2 ways to bring this back seat forward. You can either pull the lever here on top, the one you use to lean back, or there's also a lever down below. Pull it just once, the seat folds forward, and this one folds flat. You can also do this from the inside after you open the lift gate. That's coming up next. One of the new features for 2015 is this front grille for the CR-V. If it looks familiar, it should. It's also on the Fit and Civic, 2 vehicles which we will be reviewing here for Everyman Driver. Also, there's brand new headlights and fog lights framed by these LED daytime running lamps, which are pretty sharp in the evening. There are 3 ways to open the trunk lid here on my tester for 2015. There's a button just left of the steering wheel. There's a button here on the key fob. I can press and hold that for a moment. Otherwise, there's a soft touch button inside this handle. Tap that, it comes up on its own. Very smooth, very easy going. When you're done, just press this button here along the edge. It'll go down automatically. Now, behind this second row of seats, you're looking at just over 35 cubic feet of volume of storage. Fold those seats down, you're looking at 70.9. Very impressive. So I brought 2 pieces of luggage to show you what that looks like behind the second row of seats. And no, this is not my luggage. Not exactly. So a large piece of luggage right there, and then a overhead carry-on compartment size, side by side, no problem. And if you stack them, you can double the amount of luggage you put back here. Now I mentioned you can fold down that second row of seats with a lever back here, which is so simple. It's on both sides, one little pull. That side goes down, pull over here, that side goes down. And now you have that 70.9 cubic feet of volume. Now I did have a request from one of our subscribers about measuring the distance between the end of the lift gate and the back of the seats up front, so I thought I'd do that right now just to let you know what this measures. And this is touching the back of the passenger seat, looking at between 70 and 72 inches, but to be safe, I'd say 70 inches behind either seat for additional storage, or if you're going to be hauling something a little bit longer. And just below the floorboard, you have a spare tire and jack kit. All right, here we are behind the wheel, driving around in the slush. And I wish I could give you some better ride and handling impressions, but our weather really hasn't allowed for an honest and true evaluation. But from what I've experienced so far in some of these drier roads, it's been a good ride. I haven't noticed a huge difference between the 5-speed automatic transmission and the CVT. But then again, I just need to get some more open road driving. But overall, the cabin feel is great. I mean, again, I have the touring trim level, so I got the leather trim seats, all the bells and whistles. What I do like about this new 7-inch touchscreen is the fact they have buttons here on the left-hand side. I don't use them much because I have all these steering wheel mounted controls that can take place of that. So it's just really a preference on what you want to do. Plus, if you have gloves, it's kind of hard to touch these buttons on the left-hand side. You got the heated seats for both passenger and driver. Here on the left-hand side, you have a lane departure warning button as well as traction control, econ button if you want to drive more economically, and the option here in the touring trim level is the automatic liftgate button. People have complained in the past about a hard plastic feel on the inside, specifically the dash, but this is a new dash with soft touch materials, and it really is nice. It gives it a good clean look to it. Yes, I can hear a little bit of road noise, but it's not a big deal. Even if I slide the sunroof closed, no big difference. Also, I've had a couple of questions about a vibration feel behind the wheel when idling at a stoplight or a stop sign. I'm sorry, I haven't experienced that. The 2015 CRV now features Lane Watch as a camera mounted just below the passenger side mirror, so when you turn right and hit the signal, a camera goes on and shows up here in your center display. You can also press a button to have it done manually while you're driving, just in case you want to see what's over there. Two more things I want to talk about. One is adaptive cruise control, something you can set to keep a certain distance between you and the car in front of you. That car slows down, you slow down. The second is lane keeping assist system, which is kind of exciting because in a way, your car will steer itself if you can see the road clearly enough. For more on this, let's go back to our expert, Honda Pro Jason.
It uses lane markings in front of the car and a camera located in the back of this rearview mirror in order to keep you in your lane while you're driving. So the first thing you need to do in order to activate the system is, well, activate the system. Let me show you how easy that is. What you're going to do is you're going to first press the main button to turn on the main power. And once you do that, you'll see it right up here in the dashboard in the instrument cluster. And then once the LKS system main is turned on, then you turn the button itself on to activate the system. And you'll see inside there what looks like lane markings, but they're not lit up. Those lane markings will light up once the vehicle reaches 45 miles an hour. There's a clear path in front of the vehicle and the wipers aren't on. These are very important things because if the wipers are on, the system's not going to work correctly. And what this will do is if you start to veer out of your lane, it'll shake the steering wheel slightly and then actually bring you back into your lane. It will also give you an audible and a visual indication that you're veering out of your lane. So this is much like the lane detection warning that we had before, just taken to a whole new level. Back to you, Dave.
All right, Jason, thanks very much. Well, finally here, some of the vehicles that compete with the CR-V include the Ford Escape, the Toyota RAV4, the Mazda CX-5, and the Hyundai Santa Fe Sport, which we will be getting next week right here at Everyman Driver. So look for that detailed review coming very soon. The MSRP here on this 2015 Honda CR-V all-wheel drive Touring is $33,600. There is a lot to like about this vehicle, and as I mentioned in our off-road snowy review, Motor Trend voted it the best SUV of the year. So I think it's safe to say it is worth a look and a test drive on road and off. Until next time, I'm Dave Erickson with Everyman Driver. Thanks for watching.